Okay, welcome everyone. We're live. And it's been kind of funny because Facebook has this new interface. And of course, I've upgraded because you know what happens when you don't upgrade. Sooner or later, everything doesn't work. And Arizona, as some of you might know, doesn't change time. So right now we're on Pacific time, but usually we're on Mountain time. So big apologies to anyone who came an hour ago because that's what Facebook was saying, but we all knew the right time. So I'm really, really excited today to have Connie Whitesell with us. Connie is an amazing coach. And Connie, we've known each other for how many years?
We're probably going close to 10, 9, 10, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's so interesting how life works because Connie and I met up at International Coach Academy, and yet Connie was living in Chicago, and I was raised in Chicago. So we've never seen each other in Chicago yet. Hopefully, when the pandemic is over, Connie, we'll raise a glass, huh?
Yeah, well, now I'm in Buffalo, so getting back.
Well,
But
yeah.
yeah, we'll work it out some point. Or in Arizona,
We're,
someplace we can
yes,
travel again.
Yes, come to Arizona. We have two great spas, Canyon Ranch and Miraval. So just come on and join us. So I want to just say to everyone, we do these What's Working Now interviews. We want to inspire you, all coaches right now. Some of the coaches are sitting back a little bit from their business, which is okay if that's your decision. Some coaches have children. And of course, that's another full-time job. Taking care of the education of your kids. But for those of you who are really working on and in your business and going, and I see Connie, we're on Be Live, so I see we have it's 12 midnight in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, I'm so impressed. So anyway, we're going to share what's working now during this pandemic because it's not over yet, and we've got coaches that are being really successful. And I want to inspire you. If you want to do work in your business, if you want to make things work, there are opportunities now that there actually weren't even 6 months ago. So Connie, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and what you do and the clients that you serve.
Oh, thank you, Karen, and thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to be on here with you. So I am Connie Whitesell. My business is Scattered to Streamline Business Coaching. I live in Buffalo, New York now, although over the last 10 years, it's been quite a journey. Born and raised in Chicago and then moved all over with my husband's job, but now settling in here on the East Coast. My business, I primarily work with solo business owners. And my work involves pretty much just what the title of my business says. I help business owners who have this multitude of amazing ideas about developing their businesses, but that are often scattered, and help them streamline those ideas and prioritize and develop those plans and systems and habits to help them get very clear on their goals and the actions to achieve those goals, and then provide the coaching along the way to help support them in reaching them.
It's so important, Connie, because I found, especially coaches, but also business owners, so talented. So we have this shiny object syndrome, right? And a lot of people are working harder than they need to work. And when you get that scattered into streamlined, then they have more time for the things they love. Yes?
Exactly. And often as a solo owner, as many people here I'm sure can relate, it can get lonely, and it can get a little, it's tough when you're making all of those decisions on your own. So it is really nice to have support of a coach or a community.
Mm-hmm. So, Connie, tell us, what are some of the best practices in your business? What's working really well right now to get these businesses streamlined?
To get them,
Well, let me just rephrase that question. What's working well for you to make money in your business? Let's say that. Let's use that question.
I would say one of the most important things, probably the most important thing, has been networking for me. And not just networking in groups, although that has been the start of the entire process, but then the follow-up, the one-to-one meetings after that, and really talking with people and understanding what they do in their work and helping them understand what I do. So I formed a networking business support group at the beginning of this pandemic that has just kind of exploded, but it's been a wonderful way to meet people. It's a bit location specific here in Buffalo, but that's what I was looking for at this point in my practice. I belong to Business Networking International. The networking has been the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm. It's all about relationships, I find. The relationships are what really drives things. And there is that saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. And Connie, you are following up. Yes?
Well, and so much of that too has to do with the community of QSI, your group here, because for those of you who are here who are in it, I'm not sure what the balance is, but we have these activity points that we're always working toward. And part of that is the and wanting to make sure that productivity is consistent and ongoing and is at the level it needs to be. So that's been super helpful for the networking, for the one-to-ones, for making sure the follow-up is being done. You're right, that's key.
And so since we're not in a stay at home, but I think I call it stay safe and stay sane time. Any tips you'd care to share with the group, just even personally or business wise, that's helping you?
Sure. A couple of them. One is my morning routine. I find when I slip out of that, my day goes downhill. So for me, I start the day every day with meditation, journaling, stretching, exercise, and that really gets my day off to a really good start. And especially the mental, the emotional, the meditation and journaling is so key for that. That's a big thing. And also I just keep coming back to community and connecting. Having a support group has been like QSI, it's been wonderful for being able to throw ideas out there, for getting accountability to you, for helping me stay on track with my goals and being able to discuss them. So those two things really are uppermost in my mind when I think about that question.
And one of the things that I know you do, Connie, is you take these little weekend getaways with your husband and your dogs or something. Do you have two dogs?
Two dogs. Two rescue dogs. Yeah.
Your husband and your dogs, and I think that helps stay sane too. Yes,
it does. I really try to keep my weekends free. For a while, I was working 7 days a week, and it really wasn't productive or healthy. And now I almost every Saturday and Sunday I'm free. I do a little dog rescue work on Saturday mornings, but the rest of the weekend is all just to enjoy time with my husband or doing things that I enjoy separate from work.
Mm-hmm. And that is really, really important, because I've noticed that with this pandemic, and I've been self-quarantined for years because I'm in front of my computer all day, but I really have to take myself away. And the things that I used to do, like movies or shopping in the weekends, they aren't really the things that I want to do now. So being outdoors and doing some of those kind of things, it takes a little bit of thinking of something different.
No, you're absolutely right. And in fact, I'm signed up for this hiking endurance event in October. I don't know what I was thinking when I signed up for it. There's a tremendous training program that goes with it. But I'm loving it, because just what you said, it takes me out in nature almost every day. When the weather's bad, I can get on the treadmill. But you're right. That's another part. That's part of the exercise and having a higher goal. That's been really helpful.
And I know we're doing a virtual walking of the Camino Santiago.
We are. Oh my gosh. Did you see it? We're 85% complete now, I think.
I'm the slowest one, this whole team.
No, we have a team effort. For those of you who do have no idea what we're talking about, there's this virtual challenge, and you can take advantage of a number of different paths. And we decided to do the Camino de Santiago, and so I think we have 5 people. So whenever you walk or run or ride your bike, it helps move the whole group along this path, and so it's another great way to get motivated and get out and get some exercise.
Yeah, I've always wanted to walk the Camino, so this is probably one of the easier ways to do it.
Well, and one thing I love about too is being able to see the street view. It goes into Google Maps. You can go in and see where you really are, and that makes me even more excited to do it in real life at some point.
At some point, it would be absolutely great. And it looks like we've got a couple comments here. Let me see what we've got. I've got my screen on side. Oh, join the path. Jennifer wants to join the path. Okay, yes. We can send you a link. Connie, can you put a link in the Business Boost group of what this is so people can join up?
I'll find it. I don't think you'll want to join this particular challenge just because we're almost finished. So
right.
Join and it'll be over within a day or two, but maybe for a future one. Yeah,
or get your group together for the Camino, because I think you can start anytime, right?
Yes, a different group, a new group. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up, but I'll find it.
We'll find it. Yeah. So Connie, I know you've had some really great results in your business, and I'd really love you to share that, because I think it's so inspirational to others.
Thank you. Well, as you mentioned, we met about 10 years ago when I was, I don't know if I was still going through the ICA program or had completed it, but I started my coaching practice shortly after that in 2001. And had a pretty steady practice over the last 9 years, I'd say, but it wasn't as wonderful as I'd hoped it to be, and part of that was because we were moving quite a bit with my husband's job. So in a period of about 6 years, we moved 5 times in 3 different states, and so I'd get some momentum, and then this would happen, but in the last, I'd say, year and a half, when I knew we were staying here in Buffalo, I really settled in with my work and really took the networking seriously. I actually wanted to shift from more of a virtual model to an in-person model because I'd been doing virtual for a while. It's kind of the opposite, I think, of what a lot of people are looking for. So I really focused on my work locally at the time. And at the beginning of this year, things really kicked in well. And surprisingly, right, with this year being so crazy. Mm-hmm. But, and part of that was I joined QSI early in the year. And as I talk about in our group, I call it QSI magic. I don't know what it is, but that accountability, the advice, putting your guidance into action really made a difference. And I had a goal for a certain number of clients, individual one-to-one clients that I wanted to work with consistently every month. And I joined, I think, in January maybe of this year. Mm-hmm. In February, I had reached that goal. There was that 1 month where it just exploded. Wow. It was fabulous. And I consistently kept that level through the next several months, even with the pandemic. There was a little bit in March. But so then in July, I thought, I'm going to up this a little bit. Yeah. So increase the number of clients, and I'm almost there again, a month later. And, so it's the activity, it's the accountability at those activity points with the group have been they keep me constantly moving forward. So I'm almost at my goal for the year. Actually, I need to keep it consistent, but now I'm considering starting a group coaching program, which I really had not wanted to incorporate before, but now I really see the benefit in that. So we'll be talking about that more. And so this 2020 is turning out to be my best coaching year ever. And I could not be happier. I'm really excited. And I love my clients. I work with some amazing people.
Yes. And Connie, that is it really is true about this group thing, because I had hesitated. I didn't want to do a group program either, because I thought it was going to be a lot of work. And then once I was in my own group as a member of a group, I realized, wow, this could really work. And it seems like that's, something that you're learning, and I know there are members of QSI that want to bring out their own groups. There are coaches that are saying, and they can use this group as a model. And it made a huge difference for me. And I can see how it's making huge difference for other coaches. So I'm so with you. I'm so with you on this. So I want to ask just a couple more questions, and then we're going to complete. What has it meant to your life in 2020 to be making these kind of goals, to be really have your business so consistent and on track?
It's given me a level of confidence that I had been missing for a while. I had my own HR consulting business for about 20 years back before that. And it's just given me this level of confidence that I know now that I know what to do to keep things moving forward and to grow the business. It's also brought a little peace of mind too, because my husband works for a university, and we worry about what can happen. And I really feel better now that should something happen with that, I now have a practice that I am contributing a really nice amount to our lifestyles and can increase that if needed. So kind of that, both the confidence and peace, some security, that combination of all of that has been very important.
I see that with coaches, especially with spouses, that a lot of times the spouse is the one that's really funding the coaching business and funding their lifestyle. And when coaches get to a point where they're like, hey, I can really help here, the amount of satisfaction, I can't even imagine how satisfying. And then of course, this thing with now the universities and athletics, your husband is a coach, right? So athletics and universities, everything is changing.
Yes.
And the fact that you have this really consistent business that you can keep the household going has got to be a huge factor of peace of mind, and I imagine joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Connie, what final piece of advice or final words of wisdom would you like to give to any coach that's listening that is wondering, can I really make my business go at this point in time?
Gosh, you absolutely can, with consistent activity, with just making sure that you're getting out there, whether it be networking one-to-one, online, however that works best for you. But that consistent activity is so critical. Having community, again, just going back to what we talked about with often we're on our own, and that can be difficult for anyone. So having a community, having support, whether it be a coach, whether it be something like QSI, a mastermind group, an accountability partner, all of that is just critical to the process as well, and getting that support.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations, Connie. It's just been a joy to watch you soar in your business, and it's great to have you in our groups. You are an amazing networker. I want to say, if anybody's following Connie Whitesell, she is promoting everyone. I mean, you are just really amazing, Connie. And I know that it's like a Mobius, right? Whatever you put out is coming right back to you, and you deserve it. And so, thank you so much for being here and sharing your words of wisdom with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Karen.
All right, we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good.